In this demo, we want to show you how a system integration, which is representing an integration in an operational state, either in an environment of a production or a test or a dev, can be created out of a digital integration. So first of all, we start taking a look at the digital integrations. I've prepared this digital integration. On a high level, it describes that we have a business application, a central authentication and authorization system, which holds, for instance, the employee data of your company. And that central authentication and authorization application or business application has instantiated application services in the different environments. And these services, they also provide APIs so that the ServiceNow customer service management application and their application services can consume employee data out of it to create customer service management agents in that application and application services. So that's the description of the integration itself. As you can see, we've created here an additional related list. We call it the system integrations. And before I jump into it, the central authentication service has a provider digital interface, and also the customer service management system, or that's a ServiceNow instance. It has a specific digital interface, the user agent interface, to create and to kind of retrieve agent information. So here we have the system integration. We create a new record. Automatically there is a number assigned. We know for which digital integration we want to create such a system integration. And actually what you see here, you need to consider this as kind of a wizard. So first of all, we select for which environment we want to create such a system integration. Let's go for the production environment. Then according to the CSDM, business applications have a specific CI relationship with their instantiated application services. So here I'm filtering all the application services for the production environment. So that's behind the reference qualifier. So let's take this. And that integration, as we've seen before, also has a digital interface, and actually there are instantiated APIs out of it. So let's take this one. So currently the list is quite open. You can select any API which is available in production. What is happening is if I select one here, it will also be added to the relationship between the digital interface and the APIs. I will show it later on if the relationship doesn't exist yet. So it can be a configuration choice that we only show the APIs related to the digital interface, or we select, or we make all APIs available, and then we make a relationship between the digital interface and the API. That's a configuration choice maybe that we can provide by a system property. On the subscriber side, I also have a ServiceNow production instance, and I also have two APIs available. There's a process API to ingest the data, and there's also the user table API just to check whether the record already exists. So what will happen right now when I save the record, a new system integration CI will be created. How is that being created? It depends on a couple of integration management properties that we have defined, and so we can make it very configurable. All the CI relationship types, we've provided the sysids to them, and for instance we define them. Okay, we create an exchange data between the two application services. So between the provider service and the subscriber service, you will see we create an exchange data with relationship. And for all the different type of relationships, we also create CI relationships. So let's go back. Once we click on save, a new system integration record is being created. We can take a look up. That's the CI that we created in the CNDB, and that CI then can finally be used to log incidents on or changes when an integration has a certain issue. Let's open it. So as you can see now, I can create incidents on it or a change request to make a change to my integration. Also see that a lot of relationships have been added or made available when we open the dependency view. And also, for instance, before we jump into the dependency view, also from the digital integration, we took over the description, and also the environment setting have been copied from that system integration record. When we open the dependency view, what do we see? So let's focus on, let's zoom in. So we have the two services, the provider and the subscriber service. That's what we've selected. Between them, we have an exchange data with relationship. And then for the sake of visibility, we've added an exchange data with between the system integration and the provider and subscriber interfaces. That said, if you want to, for instance, if there is an issue on the API and you want to see an impact on the dynamic CI group, which is representing the system integration, we've also added a depends on. But what is not visible right now, but once we've load more and load more and load more, what you notice now is that there is also a relationship between the application service here and the API. So that's what we created as well. So if there is an issue with the API itself, then if ITOM event management is put in place and active and monitoring the services, then you will see that on this service and on the dynamic CI group service, an kind of issue will be reported. So that's the different CI relationships that we've added. You see here as well. And that's what we have available right now. Now, these APIs that we've added here and created CI relationships, we also created CI, not relationships, but M2M relationships to the, so we have the digital interface. It has two digital, that's a digital integration, which has two interfaces, the subscriber and the provider. To the user agent interface, we added two APIs. So if we do a refresh, reload from form, as you can see, we've added two APIs, and we also left the description while we created that system integration. These relationships have been added. These are M2M relationships. And the same we did here for the central authentication interface. Here we added the any employee detail API to it. So that's what we can offer with this kind of system integration relationship table within APM EA. To create and automate and the system integration within the CNDB. And this is the kind of a record that a lot of our customers are requesting kind of to report issues on their integrations, either in the dev or production environments. Thank you.